Once upon a time, in a picturesque mountain range, a group of adventurous friends decided to embark on a challenging hiking expedition. The trail they chose was notorious for its rugged terrain, isolated paths, and eerie folklore surrounding the area. Undeterred by the warnings, they eagerly set out for what they believed would be a thrilling and unforgettable adventure. The group consisted of 5 friends: Alex, the leader and experienced hiker; Sarah, an adventurous spirit always seeking new thrills; Mike, the joker of the group, often providing comic relief; Emily, a nature enthusiast and skilled photographer; and Mark, the cautious and analytical member, always thinking about safety. As they ventured deeper into the heart of the forest, the trail began to narrow, and the surrounding trees became dense, blocking out most of the daylight. As dusk approached, they decided to set up camp near a small, isolated clearing. Sarah and Mike made a campfire while the others pitched the tents and prepared a modest meal. As the night fell, the atmosphere seemed to change. The once warm and inviting environment now felt ominous and unsettling. The howling wind echoed through the trees, making eerie sounds that seemed to resemble distant cries. Sarah attempted to dismiss the uneasiness by sharing ghost stories around the campfire, but even her laughter couldn't fully dispel the growing sense of dread. Unbeknownst to the group, there was a local legend that warned hikers of a malevolent presence lurking in the woods. Some said it was the spirit of a lost hiker seeking revenge, while others believed it was a guardian of the forest, punishing trespassers who disrespected nature. But the friends brushed off these tales as mere superstitions. Later that night, as they settled into their tents, strange sounds echoed through the darkness, causing unease among the group. Emily, unable to resist capturing the eerie ambience, decided to snap some photographs using her camera with the flash to light up the surrounding area. The sudden illumination revealed fleeting glimpses of shadowy figures darting among the trees. Trying to calm their nerves, Alex rationalized that it might be just wildlife or their imaginations playing tricks on them. However, the noises persisted, growing louder and more menacing as if drawing closer to their campsite. Suddenly, Mark noticed that their food supplies had disappeared. Panic ensued, and they realized they were not alone. Something or someone was watching them. Sarah nervously suggested that they might be dealing with a group of mischievous locals, but deep inside, they all knew that something far more sinister was at play. The unsettling events continued throughout the night. Footsteps outside their tents, whispers in the darkness, and unexplainable scratches on their belongings sent chills down their spines. They decided not to leave their tents, fearing that confronting whatever lurked outside could make things worse. Morning finally arrived, and the friends were relieved to see the first light breaking through the trees. They hurriedly packed their belongings and left the cursed clearing behind. As they hiked away, the feeling of being watched never truly left them, even when they were far from the site. They reached a ranger station and recounted their harrowing experience to the authorities. The rangers listened with somber expressions, explaining that over the years, several hikers had reported similar encounters and unexplained disappearances in the area. Though they survived the ordeal, the group was forever changed by their hiking horror story. They returned home with a newfound respect for nature and the unknown, forever haunted by the enigmatic presence that had stalked them in the woods. And so, the legend of the malevolent entity lurking in the mountain range grew, warning other daring adventurers to tread carefully and heed the warnings of the haunted woods. Story 2. In the heart of a remote, desolate forest, there lay a treacherous trail seldom explored by hikers. It was rumored to be cursed, but a group of thrill-seekers couldn't resist the allure of the forbidden path. Determined to prove their bravery, they embarked on a journey that would soon become their worst nightmare. The group consisted of 4 friends: Jason, an adventurous daredevil; Lily, a fiercely independent nature lover; Tom, the practical and level-headed planner; and Rachel, the skeptic who tagged along to keep an eye on her friend's safety. As they delved deeper into the forest, the trail became increasingly rugged and obscure. The once clear markings were now faded, barely distinguishable among the overgrown vegetation. Despite the challenging terrain, they pushed on, fueled by their determination and camaraderie. As dusk approached, they stumbled upon an ancient, dilapidated cabin hidden amidst the trees. The sight of the forsaken structure sent shivers down their spines, but they decided to take shelter for the night, rationalizing that it was better than being exposed to the elements inside the cabin. The air was thick with an unsettling aura. The wooden floor creaked beneath their feet, and eerie drafts seemed to whisper secrets from the past. Jason tried to lighten the mood with his jokes, but even his laughter couldn't fully dispel the feeling of impending doom that lingered in the air. In an attempt to take their minds off the unsettling ambience, They played card games and shared ghost stories. Lily noticed strange symbols etched into the walls of the cabin, resembling some kind of ancient script. She brushed it off as mere graffiti left by previous explorers, but Tom's analytical mind couldn't help but wonder about their significance as the night grew darker. An eerie mist enveloped the forest, obscuring their view of the outside world. Unnerved by the dense fog, Rachel suggested they barricade the cabin door. Fearing unwanted visitors or wild animals with everyone on edge, sleep was elusive. Strange sounds echoed through the night, unidentifiable whispers, rustling leaves, and unexplained footsteps around the cabin. Jason, ever the adventurer, decided to investigate, armed with a flashlight and a camera. As he ventured outside, his flashlight beam caught glimpses of shadowy figures darting through the mist. His heart raced, and a chill ran down his spine. He quickly returned to the cabin, unable to explain what he had seen. The group tried to reassure each other that it was just their minds playing tricks in the dark, but deep down, they all knew something malevolent lurked in the forest. Each passing minute felt like an eternity, and sleep was an impossibility when morning finally arrived. The group was eager to escape the cursed cabin and the ominous forest that surrounded them. They hastily gathered their belongings and made their way back to the main trail. As they walked, the dense fog dissipated, revealing the familiar path they had come to know before entering the cursed forest. Relieved and grateful to have survived, they vowed never to speak of their harrowing experience again. But the horror did not end there. In the following weeks, strange occurrences haunted each member of the group. Jason suffered from recurring nightmares of shadowy figures in the mist. Lily developed an unexplainable aversion to the outdoors. Tom became obsessed with deciphering the symbols on the cabin walls, and Rachel was plagued by an unshakable feeling that they had brought something sinister back with them. Their lives were forever changed by the cursed trail, and they could never escape the chilling memories of that fateful night in the desolate forest. From then on, they knew that some places were never meant to be explored, and some stories were better left untold.